between these two great nations was rooted through Kathmandu, the capital of Nepal, and so much so that Nepal enjoyed the lucrative privilege of minting silver coins for Tibet, a highly profitable enterprise. However, after the establishment of modern Nepal in 1768, the nation was embroiled to continuous wars for expansion and consolidation for several decades, leaving little room to focus on economic development. For much of the 20th century, Nepal's economy was largely feudal and agrarian with widespread poverty. However, over the past few decades, we have made substantial strides in improving the socio-economic conditions of our people. As we look to the future, our national aspiration remains the guiding mantra, prosperous Nepal, happy Nepali. This vision aims to create a society where poverty is eradicated. All are benefited from development and every individual lives with dignity and hope. Madam Provost, Nepal is not designed for economic backwardness. On the contrary, I hold a profound conviction in Nepal's potential for enduring prosperity, which we can achieve within a relatively short span of time. We are a vibrant democracy with a stock of hard-working young population. Nestled between India and China, both of whom have become economic powerhouses, Nepal is uniquely positioned to make its economy dynamic for accelerated economic growth. I am now leading the government formed by two major political parties in parliament, which have played decisive roles in the journey towards democracy and nation building. Our two parties are committed to providing exemplary governance with impeccable standard of integrity and transparency. Nothing is more paramount to us than to bring prosperity and happiness in the lives of our fellow Nepalis. While being fully aware of a formidable path ahead, I am resolute in my determination to propel Nepal into a realm of sustained economic prosperity. Thank you all. I would be happy to engage in an interactive dialogue. Thank you.
Thank you, Prime Minister, for sharing your thoughts, since you have been part of the history, the modern history of Nepal, so we hear it right from an actor. Nepal, as you may or may not know, has been dear to my heart because I was instrumental and honored by being a drafter of the interim constitution, which was interim by definition to bring peace to Nepal. And so I'm very glad to welcome you again to Columbia. I'm noted for asking a lot of questions, but I'm going to restrain because students want to ask questions. But I will take the liberty of being the moderator of asking 3 questions. And they're going to be pragmatic questions, at least 2 of them. And democracy has to be sought, has to be lived. But in order to live it, you also have to develop, as you say, give opportunity to the next generation as well as the present. However, you have a challenge. You're landlocked which is, you have Mount Everest, but you're still landlocked. The result of this also has been that per year, according to the statistics, 1 million people leave Nepal every year, and 100,000 students around the world, including here at Columbia. We enjoy them, we appreciate them, but your country needs them. So the challenge is your education and development. So what steps will you be taking in the near future to make it a home for the million who are leaving, as well as the 100,000 that have left to get education elsewhere?
Thank you, Professor. I talked about the history of Nepal, the political history, and the history of economic development as well. And on the question of economic development, when we are talking about, it is related to the education, health, job opportunities, and the economic other conditions of the country. And without improving appropriate and capable human resources, we cannot develop the country particularly. It is not good that our young population is flying away from the country, and they are being migrated for education and for job opportunities. Of course, there are not that much appropriate job opportunities in Nepal, so most of the youth who are going outside, they are going for job. So they will be back. People talk about the rush in the airport. Youths are going outside, but they don't take any account of the people who are coming back too. Equally, people are going outside and coming back too. But the number of people who are going outside is larger than who are returning back. Of course, who are going outside for job, seeking jobs, they are coming back. But those who are going for other purposes, for education, for other good, better job opportunities, they are not coming back so soon. Maybe later on they will be back. And we are not talking, as your professor, you asked that what we shall do. We'll not talk about job opportunities, because job opportunities do not come without any source. But we have to emphasize on the entrepreneurship. So we are trying to develop entrepreneurship and startup projects and trying to attract the youth, and they can put their certificate and get loan, and as well as the women, they can, without any certificate or anything, they can ask for loan and they can get loan for small businesses. In this way, we are trying to create new startups and entrepreneurship, new small entrepreneurship. And at the same time, very bitter fact is that our population, among our population, more than 60% of our population is still engaged in agricultural system, which is very back and traditional one. So we have to modernize agriculture. We have to commercialize agriculture and mechanize. So we can increase the income through agricultural jobs too. So in this way, and providing good education, I think there is not that much poor situation in the country about the education, but there is another type of attraction of outside, because facilities comparatively are less inside country, inside Nepal, than outside. So there is one attraction also, but we are trying to hold them inside country, because without them, without youth, we cannot transform the country.